hardest thing with my new job is managing all the vehicles. I mean, there's so many numbers and spreadsheets and documents. Oh, and when screenshots come up, I have to take a lot of screenshots. My name's Ali. I'm a QA tester. I've been in QA for about 2 years. I used to work at THQ. Worked on awesome games such as Titan Quest and Supreme Commander that you can kind of see there. Without QA, we wouldn't really have any idea what state the game is in. I have done regular testing and now I'm here on the production side. The biggest difference is being able to communicate directly with the engineers and the artists and the developers. So with the right suspension settings, see, it still has, oh weird, yeah, like no matter what you do, the front end still dips up because the turret's so heavy. Really weird things. Usually our process is playing through the game, playing through a certain amount of missions, and then anything we run into, which could range from frame rate or the terrain dropping out or just crashes that occur, we just log them and then we can move on. You can kind of think of bugs as like roadblocks, you know, like kind of stopping you from playing through the game or playing through missions and stuff. Get a good list going and then send them out to the engineers around the office. Could be a couple cubicles over, could be right next door. So it's really nice being able to have that direct communication with the devs. It just makes things much easier. The funnest thing about being a production tester was making a game out of causing the game to crash. You know, you're kind of in competition with the others to try to see, hey, who can get the most crashes in one day or who can find the most bugs. The constant playthroughs drain you a little bit. You're playing through the game all day, you're running bugs, and sometimes, you know, no bugs will pop up. You just gotta keep yourself focused. After testing, it's like, you just don't want to touch any other games. People assume, oh, you know, we're just playing the game, but then again, you gotta realize playing and testing are two different things. When you're testing a game, you're not really playing it, you're trying to make it a bug-free quality product. And then when you get home, you don't want to go to the gym or get out, get some fresh air. I mean, the last thing I want to do is be in front of a monitor. There's a good balance, you know, of course, testing and, you know, a little bit of fun. Sometimes, you know, you can balance them out. I was doing screenshots kind of, you know, in my own spare time, use the marketing cam and take these cool screenshots for fun. I was getting really cool angles of awesome shots. I mean, the game looks so amazing. I couldn't help it. And I guess some of the marketing guys really liked some of the shots, so they had me do screenshots part-time, which is now becoming full-time between vehicle physics and marketing. My name's Ali. I was a QA tester on Mercs 2. Now I'm doing vehicle physics and screenshots. Well, vehicle physics, they had us volunteer one weekend and I had a really good feel for it. And I guess they liked some of the vehicles I did and there was an opening. I applied for the position and I did get it. So now I'm doing, working with the engineers on getting the vehicles up to a very fun state. So we got a couple issues here with this vehicle. First of all, as you can see, this vehicle has an extra wheel right in the middle of it, so it's actually got 5 wheels. Another issue is that it's rendering strangely on the front end. It's showing these red glowy artifacts. Usually what a tester does, they'll go through and they'll kind of document all the issues. For example, this one will document that the ESV truck has an extra wheel. So the vehicle guy would take a look and be like, oh crap, you know, I put an extra wheel on it. Now, I can actually fix this myself since I'm doing vehicle stuff. So I could go in through the templates and delete that extra wheel and then make sure all 4 wheels are working right. If you remove these physical links, it'll get rid of that wheel because this template's already got a car wheel and these are the 4 wheels. So once we remove the physical links, it'll get rid of that extra wheel. But this is something maybe a texture artist would fix, so I would send out an email letting them know, all right, I think I've had a little bit enough of this vehicle, so it gets RPG. Very nice. I would adjust side friction and forward friction, torque factor. I do a lot of suspension, a lot of work with the gearbox. The hardest thing for me is finding a balance between realism and fun factor. I'm not trying to make the game a simulation like, you know, Colin McRae or Gran Turismo, but I do want the cars to feel somewhat realistic and have that dash of arcadiness to it. So I just want the players to have fun with the vehicles. So I'm tweaking vehicle physics right now, working on a couple trucks and stuff, boats and civilian vehicles, making sure they're driving very nicely. This is pretty much how the vehicles are going to drive in Mercs 2. But yeah, I'm totally kidding. By the way, they're gonna be nothing like that. Here we have a busted vehicle. It's obviously got no mass. It's not sticking to the ground, and it's got way too much torque. So I'm gonna load my presets, and this is how it's gonna drive, like normally. So as you can see, it's sticking to the ground. It's got mass. It's got sway, and you can totally go off-road with it. The suspension works completely awesome. And the best thing about it is it doesn't feel like any other vehicle in the game.